Morning, everybody. I hope you're having a really great morning so far. Hope some rain got to you. It's raining here, so it's pretty nice to have a rainy day finally here in California. Today, we're going to go ahead and start on our mats seated. So you can go ahead and find a comfortable seated position and we'll get started. When you come seated, we always want to ground the sit bones really far into the mat. We want to lift up through the center of the chest. And then just take a few breaths to ground the sit bones down. You can close the eyes. I just want you to start to tune into yourself here. So a lot of times we start the day running. We don't even stop to think about how we are feeling or tune into the mind. We just go along with whatever feelings we wake up to. And if we take a moment to tune into ourselves, we might be able to shift our awareness and be able to find that intention of how we want to be and take that throughout our day. And so instead of just waking up to whatever feeling, maybe you choose how you want to feel and embrace that feeling. And so just take a couple of moments here, be with yourself, notice how you are feeling, what the mind is thinking, any sensations through the body. And then when you're ready, hands are going to come together in front of the heart if that feels comfortable. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths to begin our practice together. Big, deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And do that again. Bigger inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Sigh it all out. One more full breath in. And then exhale all of the old air out. Keep with those deep breaths, but just seal the lips now. Bring all of the breath in and out of the nose. So that conscious breath of dragging the breath in through the nose along the back of the throat is what helps to anchor us into our practice. And it also gives us something to come back to as our mind starts to wander. And so just start to connect with your deep breaths. Start to settle the body. Just be in the body that you want to feel throughout the day. So if that's calmness, if you start to feel happiness through the center of the chest, feel confidence grounding the sit bones into the earth, just take on whatever feeling it is that you want to bring out through your day. And try and keep the eyes closed. Just switch the crossing of the legs. Bring that back leg in front. Ground the sit bones back by re-rocking side to side. And then when you're ready, keep the lips sealed. Let's blink the eyes open. Keep a smile on your face. Interlace the fingers in front of the body, or in front of the heart there. You're going to flip the palms up and then soften the shoulders down. So a lot of times we want to press the palms up and we bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then we start to jet the ribs out. So once you press the palms up, shoulders come down the back and then pull the front of the ribs into the back of the body. Take a deep breath here. And then take another breath in to grow tall. When you exhale, I want you to twist towards the right knee. So lift up through the center of the chest. Keep pressing the palms up. Take another full breath. And then inhale, press the palms up. Use your exhale to twist to the opposite side. Pause here. Take another breath in to press up. And then exhale to settle. Another full breath. And then inhale to press up through the palms. Exhale, twist over to the right. We'll do each side one more time. Pause for your exhale. Inhale to press up through the palms. Exhale to twist to the opposite side. Inhale to press up through the palms. And then this time, exhale, come back to center. We're going to fold all the way forward. Release the palms down to the floor. Walk the fingertips forward if you can, but I want you to press the palms into the floor so you can feel the sit bones grounding down. And then you'll tuck the chin so you feel the back of the neck get long and you feel that length through the spine. And then keep the sit bones grounded, but as you notice the low back and the back of the body starting to expand, you can walk the fingertips forward. I like to tuck my chin here even more because I can feel it in my low back a little bit more and in the center of my back. But do whatever feels good. You can even swing the chin from shoulder to shoulder just to start to wake up the neck muscles a little bit here. You'll take another full cycle of breath here. Soften the shoulders, palms ground into the floor. One more full round of breath. Let's cross over the ankles. I want you to come into a table pose. When you come into table pose, the palms are spread nice and wide, fingers are spread wide, and the wrists are under the shoulder. So sometimes we're a little bit back behind the wrist. See if you can rock forward and then look to see if you make that 90-degree angle with the wrists and the shoulder. And then the same thing with the knees. Press the knees into the floor and then feel the tops of the shins press down. And then you can have the tops of the feet onto the floor. If it feels better for you this morning, you can tuck the toes under, just get a little stretch in the bottoms of the feet. I want you to inhale, reach the heart forward, soften the shoulder blades away from the ears for cow pose. And then when you exhale, press the earth away with the palms and the knees. Pull the belly button to the spine and bring the chin towards the chest. Feel the shoulder blades spread. Inhale, reach the heart forward, tailbone reaches back. Maybe gaze up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round into cat pose. Feel the shoulder blades spreading and that tuck of the chin. One more time. Keep pressing evenly into the palms and the knees. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, round the back. Navel towards the spine. Let's inhale, come back to your neutral spine. You can stay here throughout the practice when we transition into plank pose. So table's always that option. If you're okay, then let's go ahead and step back into our plank pose. Reach the heels back. And I want you to feel the legs get nice and strong. So a lot of times we tend to dip the hips. So we're not in an upward facing dog, and that puts a little bit more pressure on the shoulders. And then we're not pushing the booty up. Feel like you're reaching the heels back. So no twerking booties, and then no sagging the hips. Heels back, reach the heart forward, press the earth away. You're using your whole body to lift in this pose. So it's not just the palms, it's not just the chest. You're using the core, you're using the front, the tops of the legs and the backs of the legs. And then you're pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Take another breath in, and then the hips are lifting into downward facing dog. So press those sit bones up nice and high. Reach the heels towards the floor and then look back. The toes are going to be your gaze point. I want you to try and hide the heels behind the toes. So just slightly swivel the heels so you can't see them. They hide behind the toes. Press the floor down and forward so that the sit bones lift up nice and high, and feel the hamstrings reach back. So you might have a slight bend in the knees if the hamstrings are tight or if the hips are tight. That's totally cool. The heels are probably not going to touch the ground, but I want you to feel them pressing down in that direction, and then soften the shoulders. Heart comes a little bit closer to the front of the thighs, but use the leverage of the palms to do that. Take another full breath here. Inhale the right leg up towards the ceiling and look forward. plant the foot between the palms. So I have to start helping it forward. If that right hip is tight, so you want to just inch it forward. Come up onto your fingertips. We're going to lower the left knee. You can keep the toes tucked if you want, or untuck the toes. Roll the mat underneath that left knee if it's a little bit tender. And then if it's too tender to bring the knee down, then your option is going to have to be with the knee lifted. So when you're ready, wherever you are, we're going to end up rising all the way up. You can always use the knee to come up and find that stability first, and then the arms can come right alongside the ears. If that's not working, bring the hands to the heart, and then find your breath here. Follow the right foot grounds into the floor. Feel the right hip pull back, so you make a little bit of space, and then you're pulling this left hip slightly forward. Feel a space along the front of the left hip. And then if you have the arms right alongside the ears, rotate the pinkies in, and then feel the broadening across the back of the shoulders. Belly button is lifting in towards the spine and up towards the chin. And take another full cycle of breath here. Bring the hands all the way down to the floor. If you have blocks, you can always use your blocks underneath the palms. So walk the right foot forward just a little bit, and then you're going to come onto the heel and come into half splits. So I try to keep my hips over my left knee, or square over that knee, but you can do whatever feels good. If you like to come further back, that's totally fine. Wherever you are, though, feel that length in the back of the right hamstring. And it helps to rotate the inner right thigh, kind of like where the seam of your pants would be. Rotate that down to the mat, and then press the ball of the right foot forward. And then wherever you want to hinge forward, but wherever you do, think about lengthening. So you're going to lengthen towards the toes instead of down towards the knee. Soft shoulders here. And then take a couple of breaths. And it takes maybe 2 or so breaths for the body to actually start to settle. Try and find stillness in at least 1 or so of the breaths. And then you're going to start to walk the hands forward. Tuck the left toes under to firm the leg. Ground the palms. You're going to look forward. Step that left foot forward to meet the right. And then inhale, come into your halfway lift. Bring the hands to the shins, or keep the fingertips on the floor. Long neck, roll the weight into the toes. And then exhale to fold forward. Let's inhale to rise all the way up. Lift through the center of the chest. Palms are going to touch. Exhale to bring the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Ground the feet into the floor and lift up through the center of the chest. Take a full breath here. And then inhale, sweep the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, lead with the heart, dive down over the thighs. Inhale to find your flat back, reach the heart forward. Exhale to forward fold. You're going to bend the knees, step back with the right foot, come to the ball of the right foot. Find that space in the front of the right hip, reach the heart forward, and then lower that right knee. And then again, you roll the mat over, place padding underneath that right knee. If that's too tender, then you're keeping the right knee lifted. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, rise up, find your low lunge. Feel space in the front of the right hip. And I want you to lift through the center of the chest. Arms come right alongside the ears. And then drive the ball of the left foot into the floor. Pull that left hip back. Pinkies rotate in towards one another. Soft shoulders, relax the jaw if you've started to clench the jaw. And then feel that navel engaged though. Pull that up towards the chin. Take another full breath. Let's bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Start to walk the hands forward, inching that left foot forward, and then come onto that left heel, straighten through the left leg. So when you do this, you're going to pull the left hip back again. We always end up trying to favor something. And then I want you to feel the inseam of the left leg rotate down to the mat. Press the ball of the left foot forward. And then you can hinge forward. Think about the sternum reaching down towards the toes. And then hug everything into center. Don't let that right hip start swaying out to the right side of the mat. Keep everything hugged in. Just take a couple of breaths here to settle. And take one more full round of breath. And you'll start to lock the hands forward. Ground the ball of the left foot into the floor. Tuck the right toes under to firm the right leg. Look forward. You're going to spring the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale to find your flat back. Reach the heart forward. Hands are on the shins or onto the floor. And then exhale to fold forward. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are going to touch overhead. Exhale to bring the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more full round of breath. And let's inhale the arms out and up. Feel the palms touching overhead. Exhale to lead with the heart. Dive down over the thighs. Inhale to find your flat back. Reach the heart forward. And then exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, plant the palms. Step back, either table or plank pose. Firm the core. Press the earth away with the palms. Reach the crown of the head forward. Reach the tailbone back. Take another big, deep breath in and a full breath out. Take one more breath in to grow long. And then lift the hips, come into downward facing dog. Reach the heels back towards the floor. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the mat pressing down and forward like you're trying to stretch the mat in front of you. Now on your next inhale, raise the right leg up. Keep the hips square, look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. Start to help it forward there. Stay bent in that right knee. Stay on the ball of the left foot. And then when you're ready, come up and find your high lunge, crescent lunge. So you can always use that right knee again to find leverage. Pull the right hip back. Left hip slightly pushes forward. Hug everything into center. And then when you're ready, arms come right alongside the ears. You know what to do with the pinkies. You can put a little bend in that left knee if you need to, or start to reach the heel back, straightening through the leg. Sink a little bit deeper into that right knee if you can. Take another full breath. And then one more breath to soften. Bring the hands all the way down to the floor. You're going to step that left foot out and over about 6 inches. Not too far. You still want to keep the length, but you don't want the feet to intersect if you drew a line. Rotate that left heel down. And you're still sinking into that front knee. Before we come up, feel the inseam of the left leg rotating behind you so that you feel the ball of the left foot drive into the floor. But then I want you to think about sealing the outer edge of that pinky side foot to the floor as well. And then face forward, chest and hips face forward. On your inhale, rise up into warrior one. You can bring the hands alongside the ears. They can be at the heart or the hips if that feels better today. Think about pressing through the outer edge of the left ankle so you're not dumping the weight to the inner left ankle. And then sink down into that front knee. Drive the ball of the right foot into the floor. Lift the belly button up towards the chin. Take another full breath. Hands come behind the back. Interlace the fingers with the right thumb on top. You can keep the hands rested on the sacrum if that feels okay, or you can extend them down towards that left heel. Reach the heart up. Take a deep breath in. You can stay here, or I want you to feel both feet planted evenly. I want you to exhale to hinge forward, coming into a humble warrior. Sink back into that front knee if you've come out of it. And then lift the thumbs up off of the sacrum if you can, or you can keep them rested there. And then softness here. The gaze is either at the front foot or that back heel. Take another full cycle of breath, finding your balance, hug everything in. And then another cycle of breath to settle. And then you're going to release the fingertips all the way down for the floor. Step that back foot in just slightly and straighten through the front leg. Look forward. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward, bringing that chin towards the toes. Maybe even actually tuck the chin and think about driving the sternum or the heart towards the toes. Feel the shoulder blades move down the back and bring the belly button towards the spine. And then think about both feet grounding evenly into the floor. Another full breath here. And go ahead and start to bend back into that front knee. Spin to the ball of the left foot. Take a big inhale. You're going to spring the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, find your flat back. Reach the heart forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees. Step the right foot back. Come to the ball of the right foot. Find space in the front of that right hip. Drive the ball of the left foot down. And then use your next inhale to rise up. Maybe you find your balance and your stability first. Reach the heart up towards the chin. Drop the pelvis down. Hug everything into center. Maybe the arms come right alongside the ears. Take a full cycle of breath here. Hug everything into midline. Belly button pulls up towards the chin. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. One more full round of breath. Bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Step that back foot up and out maybe 6 inches, or maybe even less than that. Rotate the right heel down, and then find your alignment and your foundation here. Sink into the front knee. The inseam of the right thigh spirals backwards. Feel the outer edge of the right foot sinking and planted into the mat. And then when you're ready, use the core, use the back muscles, come up, find your warrior one. Sink down into the knee, soften the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. Take a full round of breath. And then take another cycle of breath here to settle. Soften the shoulders a little bit more, but feel the belly button lift up towards the chin. And then bring the hands all the way down. Step that back foot in, maybe just a little bit, and then you're going to straighten through the front leg, coming into pyramid pose. Drive the ball of that left foot into the floor. Make sure you don't hyperextend through the left knee. And then reach the heart forward. At the same time that I still want you to pull the left hip back. Both feet are even into the mat. Exhale to hinge forward. Think about the sternum reaching down towards the toes. Find a tuck of the chin so that the back of the neck is long. And then it helps here to have the belly button pulling towards the spine. Don't forget to breathe here. Find a couple of soft breaths. Take one more round. And start to put a little bend in that front knee. Spin to the ball of that right foot. Look forward. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. And I want you to widen the feet as wide as the mat. Toes point out. Inhale to lift up and out of the sit bones. And then you're going to exhale, drop the sit bones, bend the knees, come into a squat pose. So if you're only right here or you're right here, sweet, that's fine. You still want to be pressing the sit bones back and down. And then as you start to open up through the hips, the thighs, and the knees, then you can drop them down a little bit more. This is not a common pose, obviously, for Westerners. We don't eat this way. We don't sit this way. So it is really intense. If you have props, you can always use a prop, little cheater there to help you. But as you come down, it actually does help because then you release that tension that you might hold on into the hips. As you start to open up, you can drop the sit bones even more. Lift the heart up towards the thumbs. And take another full breath here. Feel the weight in the outer edges of the feet, knees opening to the outer sides of the feet. One more full round of breath. And then very gently come down onto your seat. So you might have to come down a different way. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but find that comfortable seat. Extend the legs out in front of you. Inhale to lift up and out of the heart. And I want you to exhale to hinge forward. Soften the chin towards the chest. Reach the heart forward. And then relax here. You're going to end up rising up on your next inhale. Go ahead and lay all the way down on your mat. Have the feet as wide as the mat. And you can have the hands resting wherever feel comfortable on the belly, along the sides of the body. And then just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Keep the feet exactly where they are. You're just coming to the edges of the feet, but just rock from side to side. Really nice. And then go ahead and start to extend one leg out at a time to the corners of the mat. Pull the shoulder blades underneath the body and then have the palms face up. And then I want you to tune back into yourself. Notice how you feel different now. And then feel the back of the body release into the floor. Let go of any remaining effort that you're feeling in the body. Keep breathing, but let go of that conscious breath. You'll take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. And start to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. I want you to inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up. And as you press the palms overhead, point and flex the feet. And then you'll end up rolling over onto your right side. Rest your head on the right arm for a moment. Bring the left palm to touch the floor. And always pausing for a moment every day to find gratitude. So think of gratitude as your happiness switch, when we shift our focus from looking at what we don't have or to being envious of others, we forget what we have. And so we can turn that happiness switch on by remembering what we do have and being thankful for where we are. So take a full breath. And then you'll press into the palms, lift up, keep the eyes closed, face forward, and you can bring the hands wherever feels comfortable, either onto the thighs or in front of the heart. I want you to lift the sternum into the thumbs, soften the shoulders, and just again tune into yourself here. And then when you are ready, I want you to blink the eyes open, put a smile on your face. And I hope you take this feeling that you have created on the mat, off the mat, into your day. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys had a great practice. I hope I didn't go over too much because I didn't set a timer. But oh good, I didn't. It looks like it's pretty good. But hope you have a really great day today. Enjoy some of this cloudy weather if you're on the West Coast. And I really appreciate you taking time for yourself and for your own practice. Hope to see you on Friday for a 9 a.m. practice again. Have a great day.